guys, welcome back to my channel, your one stop for having fun, faith, and financial independence. My name is Jadine, but my friends call me Judes, and today we'll be jumping into the $1 million question on how to improve your job success score. Your job success score is basically Upwork's way of letting potential clients know how well you've handled previous projects so that they can have an easier job of deciding whether or not they should hire you for their job. Clients find this information very useful, which is evident in the fact that clients who post higher paying jobs often place a requirement of having a certain success score to be eligible for the position. In fact, people with high success scores find that they don't even have to apply for jobs as often because clients actually go looking for them. Now, I have had the experience of having a low job success score, and I had to climb myself back up to a good score so that I could once again enjoy the benefits of someone who has a high job success score. In this video, I'll be answering questions on what to do if you don't have a job success score, where to find your score, the formula Upwork uses to calculate your score, and finally, how to increase your success rate. I know it's a lot of information, but that is why I added chapters below so that you can fast forward to any of these topics that interest you the most. If you are interested in knowing all about how to increase your job success score, please go ahead and continue watching this video, and remember to leave a big thumbs up. I post videos on financial independence, freelancing, as well as provide advice on living a successful self-employed life. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that post notification bell so that you never miss when I make a post. Now let's get back into the video. While I am a freelancer on Upwork, I am also a client. As a client, I also rely heavily on the job success score when I'm determining who to take on for my project. Please don't ignore your success rate. And if you don't have one yet, don't worry, I'm here to tell you how to get one. Okay, so you can actually find your score below your name on your profile picture. If you're seeing a percentage there, that is actually your job success score. To get detailed information on your job success score, all you need to do is head over to the Find Work tab at the upper right section of the web and select My Stats from the drop-down menu. There you will see your score once again, along with detailed information on your earnings and relationships with clients. As you can see, mine here is at 82%. Because I initially didn't put much thought into maintaining my score, it dropped all the way to 62%. Now, Upwork themselves say that clients are unlikely to reach out or hire people that have a score less than 75%. I had to take measures to pull that score up, which I was able to do in about a month. But I'll talk more on that later. So yes, that is where you'll find your job success score. Now, if you've gone to the profile and you did not see a score, then that means you have not received one as yet. That just means that you have not received enough clients as yet for Upwork's algorithm to determine what your job success score is. Upwork recommends that in order to have your first score, you would either need at least two different clients or have obtained 4 contracts within the span of 2 years. I actually got my score in a matter of weeks because as a starter not knowing anything about Upwork, I knew I needed the recommendations from various clients to legitimize my claim as an outstanding content writer. So my advice would be to increase the amount of jobs you do. If you're having difficulty with actually getting clients, then you can go ahead and watch my video on how I made my first $1,000 on Upwork, where you will find tips that I use to build my client base. You can go ahead and click on the link here to watch that video. Once you've gained a few more contracts, you will definitely see your score pop up. Upwork does provide information on the formula that they use to determine your job success score. I will show you here, but I honestly find it a little complicated, and I actually don't think it's worth your time to memorize. But what I can tell you is that the algorithm measures your successful projects for clients against your unsuccessful ones. The more successful projects you have, the higher your score goes. Now, this may raise questions like,
what if it isn't my fault that the job doesn't go well?
Or
what if I didn't get any feedback from my client?
Don't worry. First of all, Upwork closely manages each interaction between client and freelancer. If there is a problem with a client, you can report them. Or if Upwork notices that this client is a repeat offender, they will not take the experience into consideration when calculating your score. Comment below and let me know the best interaction you've ever had with a client. Now, Upwork says that the exact way that they calculate your JSS is partially hidden for integrity reasons. But as I said before, I was in a dangerous place where my score plummeted to 62%, and I was able to get it back up to 82% in 1 month. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I did to increase my rate. Number 1, private feedback. Something you may not know is that there are actually 2 types of feedback that a client gives the freelancer. One is a public feedback, the one that you can find on your profile page once the contract has ended. However, there is another type of feedback called the private feedback that is mandatory for clients to fill out, and it goes directly into the algorithm without the freelancer knowing. Make sure that you provide a good experience that they will have to give you positive private feedback. Now, as I said before, I'm a client as well, so I can tell you the questions that they ask in order to determine how successful the job was. But first of all, once you are the client, it's end contract. Upwork will ask the reason for ending the contract. If the project was done successfully and you guys are still on good terms, then definitely they will click job was successfully completed. Right off the bat there, you will get points in your favor towards your job success score. Number 2, project turnaround time. Ensure that the time that the client says a project is due is honored. If life happens and you're unable to do it within that time, then it is best to let the client know. And when I say let them know, I mean let them know within the messaging chat on Upwork's webpage. What do I mean? Oftentimes, clients will ask you to interact with them on different platforms in order to get the job done. It may be Google Docs, Slack, Trello. It's just what makes it easier for the clients to communicate. Nothing is wrong with that at all. But Upwork can't monitor whatever it is you guys talk about outside of their platform. So if you haven't messaged within that chat, as far as they're concerned, you have abandoned the contract with no updates to the client. It is always better though to try and submit your work on time. If you've delivered the work to the client on time on another platform, ensure that you also deliver it on Upwork's platform, that they can see that you have delivered work. And number 3, log into higher paying jobs. Higher paid jobs actually have a better impact on the job success score than lower paid jobs. If you are getting lower paid jobs, however, it does not detract from your score. This is because being paid a lot for the job speaks to the skills that a client believes you have. This is even better if you maintain a good long-term relationship with a client that pays you at a higher rate. It means you're skillful, the client likes the way that you work, and they believe that the money that they're paying you consistently is worth the skills that you have. And Upwork respects that and will give you a higher rate for it. But then the question you might want to ask is, you just said that mostly people with high success scores are the ones that get higher paid jobs. So then how do you expect me to score a high paying job with a low success rate? The answer to that actually has 2 steps. 1, you have to build towards a higher payout. I started out with accepting low fees so that I could build my experience. Once I got paid for 1 or 2 jobs at that rate, I steadily continued to increase my rate as the number of jobs I did successfully increased. Step 2 is to have enough jobs in progress so that you can afford to ask for a higher rate. If you've ever done economics, you've probably heard of the term supply and demand. Basically, the principle says that things that have a higher price will have a lower demand, which means that when I was charging $5 per hour to do very hard jobs, I was getting job invites back to back. Everyone wanted to hire me. But once I increased the rate, the job invites decreased. Now, if I increased my rate without having any current jobs, then that would be hard for me to gain a steady income. So my trick was to increase my rate only when I had multiple long-term clients. So for example, if I had 4 different long-term jobs working on at the same time for the same rate of $5 per hour, then I would continue working on those jobs at that rate while I would increase the rate of my profile to maybe $10 an hour, so that any new interested clients would see the rate that I'm charging per hour and understand that if they were to hire me, that would be the rate that they would be getting the job at. Of course, I'm only one person, so if I eventually get a job at the new rate of $10 per hour, then I would have to let go of at least one of my jobs that were at $5 per hour. And that creates an easy transition from a $5 per hour job up to $10 per hour. Of course, I will do this consistently until all my jobs transfer from $5 per hour to $10 per hour. When I use this method, I'm basically saying to my potential client, I have all this work to do. It's going to cost you more money for me to do yours instead. And that is the essence of a freelance. You make your rules and you get to continue doing so for as long as you produce good results. And that's it. That is how you increase your job success score. I pray that these tips and tricks will help you to improve your GSS as well as improve your relationships with your client. Remember to subscribe to my channel, share with anyone you know that's been having problems with their GSS, and definitely leave a comment to let me know your best client experience. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you liked this video, and remember, the only time that you don't have a chance to turn your life around is when you're in the grave. So if there's a pulse, there's a chance. From one success story in the making to another, I say God's peace be with you.